What's going on? This is Jam, and I want to give an update number 2 on my final project slash thesis, Mythologizing. So the biggest update between the last update, and this one is really sitting with the value of what mythologizing could potentially hold for the student or for the participant. I believe one of the greatest gifts of being an artist and being a performer is knowing yourself, really understanding yourself, the good and the bad, those moments that made you who you are, those moments where you decided to get up off your tail and be someone or do something. I think that these are the moments that really define us and help us to either walk into a studio to produce our own work or walk into an industry or a field knowing who you are and being able to portray, say, another character or pick up another skill in order to get the project done or see the final product. And this has been something that has been extremely inspiring and empowering for me, and it is my goal to pass it on to the students. Now, another update that I have is getting in touch with guest artists. This week I will be getting in touch with 2, and they are experts in their own field. I would like to expose the students to a lot of different expertises, and especially independent artists who are doing their art on their own. They're still engaged with the world, as far as the industry and the field, but they are really representing themselves as independent artists and people who can continue to produce, say that they're in between gigs or they're able to sustain themselves nonetheless. So I'm looking forward to hearing back from those individuals. I am excited to come up with a format for the class. It'll be half lecture and half workshop studio session for the students. Since we are meeting once a week for about 2 hours, I know I could talk a lot. I don't want to talk people's heads off, and I want to give the students enough time for them to ask questions, maybe even lead or facilitate workshops, say that they would like to become independent artists or practitioners. And again, leaning into 3 different, I put 5, but just 3, it might be 5, 3 different aspects that the students can study and utilize in order to better understand themselves and to produce work. And that would be astrology, the myths, their zodiac sign. That would be the myths that they're drawn to, and not just ancient myths, even Marvel superheroes, even their favorite color, even reality TV stars. What are these characters and these virtues and principles that we are inspired by, or that we cling to, or that represent us the most? And then lastly, but certainly not least, their own personal stories. What moments in their life made them who they are, and whether the good or the bad, and being able to take those 3 instances, astrology, myths, and personal stories, and creating narratives and characteristics off of those. So that is my biggest update for mythologizing.